Welcome back to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast. I, of course, am your host, KC Phoenix. And yeah, doing the quick three is actually going to be Oracle today instead of Tarot. But before I go any further, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. This is for the collective. It is not for a specific sign. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading the energy and the tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. With that being said, I'm using the Angels of Atlantis Oracle. And I'll pull 3 cards out of this and then I'll read what the cards mean and then we'll sort of take it from there. The energy that I was pulling up in the pre-shuffle is about, and it's kind of interesting because we just had a full moon in Scorpio, which is still going on today, but it started yesterday. And people are obviously going through transformations, letting things go, but also they're reflecting on what got them to where they are at is what they're doing. Part of that too is because Mercury is in retrograde right now, as I've mentioned before. Started on the 10th and it will go direct on the 2nd of June. So lots of emotions over this weekend. It was kind of interesting. My mother had contacted me on Saturday and we had a discussion about something that happened over 20 years ago. But again, there were a lot of emotions that people were more than likely wrestling with over the weekend. And a lot of reflection that has been happening, especially this weekend. Also, a lot of things are coming out, as I said they would. If you haven't heard, now Elon Musk is alleging that Twitter might only have 10% of users that are actually users. The other 90% might just be bots or not active or whatever. So lots of stuff coming out about Twitter. Speaking of which, KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Now, may I have the energy for the collective for May 16th? May I have the energy for the collective for May 16th? May I have the energy for the collective for May 16th? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? What is it that the collective needs to hear? Energy for the collective. Some of you might be resistant to change that is happening because, again, there's transformation that's happening. Some of you might be resistant to it, but it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. It's just the more you resist, the longer it's going to take. So, yeah, keep that in mind. May I have some cards, please? Thank you. Wow. This card came out during the pre-shuffle. Liberation. Jophiel. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Gabriel Benediction. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Sandalphon Love. This came out during the Easter reading. And this is Jesus right here. So that's kind of interesting. Love. Again, with some of the energy that's going on, people are reflecting. One of the things that's happening is that there is a situation where somebody might have to grant grace, especially with Mercury retrograde, where people are coming back from the past and something's coming back around. And it may have ended in a bad way before, but now is the opportunity to set things right. But to do that, it'll require love. Also, going back to liberation, and I'll read these in a minute. This is, for me, about not being chained to the pain of the past. Not being chained to the pain of the past. And then anytime I think of benediction, I think of the ending, because in church, when you get ready to give the benediction, church is about to be over. So again, where something is ending. Now, for the meaning of what will be read about this card may be totally different. But as for what I interpret it as, I'm going back to something may be ending. And at the bottom of the deck, we have dreams. Dreams, Raziel. So let me start with liberation with Jophiel right quick. Get my little trusty book here. All right, Jophiel, liberation. It says, we all seek spiritual liberation. When we achieve it, our souls soar like an eagle with the intoxication of divine love. This card suggests this may be a moment when you seek Jophiel's supernal help. And it invites you to meditate on the beautiful yellow ray of the powerful archangel's force. The vibration of this bright supernal frequency will always allow you to feel detached. Jophiel will lift the challenge from you and lead you into discernment. Consequently, liberation will enrapture you, springing you from whatever confine you feel your spirit is caught in. All right, and then Gabriel Benediction. It says, let me hold this up too. It says, Gabriel wishes you to know that many blessings are sent to you from the angelic kingdoms. Simply yield to this. Don't resist. Didn't I just tell you a second ago when I was doing the shuffling and everything and getting the cards that I felt like some of you are resisting change? I love it when stuff comes together. It says, don't resist, just let go. The joy and love you will receive as flow. Hold on, gotta flip the page. Directly from the source. Will surpass anything else you may experience. These feelings are the virtues that will always be received in the holy instant of benediction. The angel's service is to be a loving conduit for the divine, lifting away any challenge you may experience. Fear makes us unaware of the angels. Surrender the grip of fear, and your blessings will accrue. Say a prayer like Hail Mary full of grace as a song to the divine feminine, illuminating the nature of your connection with the holy ones. So for this, it's saying that the blessings are coming. And I'm going back to what I was talking about earlier. I felt like some people might be resisting a transformation, and that resistance might be wrapped in fear, for all I know. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But this is saying, don't resist, because good things are coming. Don't let the fear overtake what is destined for you. And then this one, Sandalphon Love. Let me get to that page right quick. Oh, perfect. Right to the page. Thank you. All right. Love. Beloved, you are a child of God and a peace lover at heart. This angelic oracle comes to you as a signal that new love or a renewal love is dawning for you. See life through the compassionate eyes of your guardian angel, who emanates the Christos, and perceive that love as being uncompromisingly beautiful. Look to the beauty that you will create for all in radiance of your love, which is a prism of the divine. Shifting your perspective to the angelic realm means you become a human angel and start to spark miracles all around you. So some of you may be earth angels as well. And then Raziel for dreams. Let's go to that one right quick. And I'll hold that up. And this was at the bottom of the deck. It says, if I can, there we go. Dreams. Your dreams are one of the most powerful oracles you access. And Raziel illustrates that messages are filtering through your dreams, through your dream kingdom at present, which will help you with your next important life decision. Don't worry if you cannot remember your dreams, as your unconscious has them in store for the higher self, or Ka, to interpret. Try to keep a dream journal to develop the ability to read the metaphors of this part of your consciousness. Sit in stillness to assist the interpretation of your consciousness. So for some of you, and that's interesting, right under dreams is mercy. I told you some of you may have to grant grace to previous situations, but back to the dreams thing. For some of you, meditation, they always say meditation brings answers. So some of you may have to meditate to bring answers to some of the things that you're seeking. For others of you as well, going back to that resistance, because I want to bring that up because that was coming up at the beginning, where you may be resisting something. And again, with the benediction card, this is saying that blessings are coming in if you just let go. For the meditation with the dreams, if you sit a moment by yourself and allow yourself to think of the good things happening and think of things working out, I can see more stuff coming in, is what I feel. So some of you might need to take 5-10 minutes, do that, and just be in stillness. No cell phone, no TV, no laptop, no iPad, whatever. Just in stillness, and sort of allow yourself to dream while you're awake. But make a little bit of an effort, because sometimes with meditation, they're saying that you meditate just to silence your mind, to see where things go. I say with this, a little bit of a focused meditation to zero in and target the positive things and do it that way. Envision the positive things that can happen. And I could see something there. Anyway, that is all I have. I'm going to get going. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, be blessed.